Hello, Professor. Here is my assignment. This is a TED Talk. It was a fantastic new pink suit, with big buttons and shoulder pads. It was 1997, and I was the new boss of Graphing Foods, an iconic cookie and snacks company in New Zealand. It was my first time as a leader of a company, and I was on the stage to give a big speech about our ambitious new goals. I knew exactly what my call to action was, which was when in every 4 times a kiwi eats a snack, it will be one of ours. I emphasized that we knew how to measure our results and that our future was in our control. Embarrassingly enough, I finished up with, if not this, what? If not us, who? And if not now, when? I got this huge round of applause and I was really pleased with myself. I wanted so much to be a good leader. I wanted to be followed by a devoted team. I wanted to be right. In short, I wanted to be a hero. A hero selling chips and biscuits in a pink suit. What happened after the speech? Nothing. And all of that applause didn't lead to action. Nothing changed. Not because they didn't like me or the message. The problem was that no one knew what they were expected to do. And most importantly, they didn't know that I needed them. Now you may think that this is a classic hero speech, where I'm going to tell you that I overcame that obstacle and succeed. Actually, I'm going to tell you that in a world as complex, interconnected as the one we live in, the idea that one person has the answer is ludicrous. It's not only ineffective, it's dangerous, because it leads us to believe that it's been solved by that hero, and we have no rule. We don't need heroes, we need radical interdependence, which is just another way of saying we need each other. Even though other people can be really difficult sometimes, I spent decades trying to work out how to be a good leader. I have lived in 7 countries and 5 continents, and in recent years, I have spent a lot of time with B Corp community, originally as a cooperative participant, and more recently as an ambassador. Now, because are a group of companies who believe in business as a force of good. There's a tough certification with about 250 questions about your social and environmental performance. You must legally declare your intention to serve the community as well as your shareholders. And you must sign the Declaration of Interdependence. Now, one of the things that inspires me the most about the companies in this movement is that they see themselves as a part of the whole system. It's sort of as if they imagine themselves on a big flowing river of activity where if they are, for example, soft drinks manufacturers, they understand that upstream from them there's water and sugar and farmers that grow that sugar and plastic and metal and glass and so on, all of which flows into this thing and we call a company which has financial results. And the flowing continues with consequences, some of them intended like refreshment and hydration, and some unintended like garbage and becoming fat. Spending time with leaders in this space had led me to see that true collaboration is possible. But it's subtle and it's complex. And the leaders in this space are doing a few things very differently from the traditional heroic leaders. They set goals differently, and they announce those goals differently, and they have a very different relationship with other people. Let's begin with the first difference. A hero sets a goal that can be individually delivered and neatly measured. You can recognize a hero goal They use terms like revenue and market share like this and are also very competitive. I mean, remember the pink suit day, right? Interdependent leaders, on the other hand, start with a goal that's really important, but it's actually impossible to achieve by one company or one person alone. I want to give you an example from the clothing industry, which produces 92 million tons of waste a year. Patagonia and Alan Fisher are clothing manufacturers. Both of them are big corps. Both of them deeply committed to reducing waste. They don't see that their responsibility ends when a customer buys their clothes. Patagonia encourages you not to buy new clothes from them and will repair your old clothes for free. Alan Fisher will pay you when you bring back your clothes and either sell them on or return them into other clothes. While these two companies are competitive in some ways, but they work together and with others in the industry to solve shared problems. They take responsibility for things that happen upstream as well. Around the world, there are around 300 million people who work from home in this industry. Most of them are women. Many of them in very difficult atmosphere with pole lighting, sewing on buttons and doing detailed switching and so on. Until 2014, there was no protection for those workers. A group of companies got together with a not-for-profit called Next, so to create a set of standards that now being adopted by the whole industry. Once you have seen problems like this, you can't unsee them. So you have to ask others to help you to solve them. These folks take interdependence as a given and said to me, we don't compete on human rights. The second big difference for collaborators is their willingness to declare their goals before they have applied. And here is my assignment.